Okay, quick unboxing of the Deco style airless spray station from Aldi. Believe it or not, this sprayer cost me, it was on offer, normally they're £179.99. This sprayer cost me £99.99, which for a 1010 watt airless sprayer is, well, ridiculously cheap. Have a look at the side, have a look at the specs. 3000 psi. It's weird actually, because on the front it says for use with water-based dilutable paint, and on the side it says for use with water-based paints, oil paints, primers, enamels, wood preservers, stains and varnishes. So be interesting. I mean, 3000 psi is alright. It's a lot of the low end units. Bauer make one, I think, which is Screwfix's sort of own brand. I think that's 1200 psi, or might be 2000 psi, but it's not 3000. So I thought, 100 quid. Like I say, I'm redecorating all the back of this house, as well as loads of other jobs, so for 100 quid, it's got a 3-year warranty. It's got to be worth a punt. Let's get to opening it up. We'll open it up, lay it out, have a look at everything, and then just gives other people food for thought, I suppose. But yeah, just give us a minute. We'll start to open it up. Okay, cut the box open. Let's have a look, see what's inside. Lovely bit of packaging. And then in there we've got a hose. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get all these bits out. You can see I'm going to get everything out. You can see how it's packed. You don't really need to know any of that. I lay it all out on the table and then just go through it. In this video, I'm not going to do any spraying. Just going to go through it all. Have a look at the quality of stuff. I mean, I don't really expect much, but we shall see. Right, okay. We are just taking out of his box, laid it on the table. I'm only filming one hand, it's just not the easiest thing to do. I thought it's best just unpack it, lay it out, and you can see a little bit better. So, main pump. Seems okay. It's heavy enough. The thing I would say is it's definitely the finest of the Chinese plastics. You can just tell it's that cheap, chintzy plastic that the body's made of. But who cares really? Does it make any difference? I've got a couple of Chinese chainsaws and they're exactly, you can just tell it's that shiny injection molded plastic, and you just feel it is what it is. But I mean, you're not going to play bloody tennis with it, so it should be alright. It should last. Go down on the body. Now, a lot of people, this is where I think these might come into their own. They're getting really bad reviews, and a lot of it's to do with leaks from here. Now, obviously at some point we'll use this and take it out and test it. If it is leaking, you know, I'm fairly confident I can sort that out. I think the reason they keep dropping the price on them is because of this leak, and because they're getting sort of bad reviews. But if we can get that to not leak, they've got a 3-year warranty. So they're getting sent back. People are going, oh, it's pissing paint everywhere, and sending it back. We can get that so that doesn't happen. You can potentially get 100 quid airless sprayer, which is definitely worth a go, especially for a DIY or anyone who's doing a bit of an extension on their house. You know, it's just less than a day's labour for a painter and decorator. And if you're only base coating, mist coating, stuff like that, it's perfect. But we'll see. So, unit itself, I say fairly heavy. You got the old, that's a priming lever there. And then you've got siphon hose. If you look at the end of the siphon hose, there's a mesh. It's fairly coarse mesh. That comes into its own. just in sort of semi-filtering the paint. I've heard with emulsions and stuff, just splash a little bit of water, and even though it says you don't need to thin them down, especially on a low price machine like this. You want to make you don't want to kill the pump, and don't make it too much. Don't make it work too hard. So thin it down a little bit. 5% probably do you. Some of the thicker, like Screwfix, do really thick paints, and you might want to thin them down a little bit more. But after that, hose again it's similar to when you buy like a cheap jet wash, and you know out there is like rubberized hoses that are a lot better quality. But again, it's 100 quid. It's a 10-meter hose, so there's not many rooms / couple of rooms that you couldn't do. If you had this, say, in a hallway, you'd easily be able to do. If you had it in an upstairs hallway, you'd easily be able to run around 3 bedrooms all at the same time in most houses with a 10-meter hose. So again, seems fairly okay quality, not amazing. It's the type that you know is going to end up coiling up all the time. But again, if the machine itself's alright, it might be worth investing in the slightly better hose. The gun. Again, that cheap Chinese chrome. Lovely job. But, you know, we're not talking mega money here. The nozzles themselves, obviously they're removable. At the minute it's got a 515 nozzle in. They just twist and come out. Do it one-handed, I will show you. There you go, nozzles come out. And they are, I believe, the same as the Graco. And actually, I think they all pretty much use the same universal nozzles. So as long as it looks like that, and it's made by Graco, you'll be able to use their nozzles with it, which I would imagine that nozzle isn't the best of quality. Again, you swap to a Graco nozzle. Graco's the sort of leader in airless spraying. Stock to a Graco nozzle, you know, you get, it's 100 quid. So you got some inline filters. They seem okay quality, to be fair. Little O-ring at the top, replaceable. You can see that. That just sits in the handle there. Paint comes up through here. High pressure forces it through the tiny holes in that. Hence why you probably do want to water your paint down a little bit, because that really is a fine mesh. And with thick, sort of mid to low quality emulsions, you tend to get little dry bits at the bottom of the tub and around the tubs. So that will clog up if you're not careful. So yeah, you get 2 of them with it. Again, I think they're replaceable. And then, and this is where you know they've got a little bit of confidence in what they're selling. A 40 centimetre spray extension, which the low quality machines, like the Erbauer, the sort of lower, I think the Erbauer 600 watts, the lower wattage machines don't come with an extension. And I've heard if you run them with an extension, they really, really struggle. Which makes me think Deco Style, or whoever it is who make that, because I'd be shocked if it was actually Deco Style who make it. In fact, I swear my life on it, there'll be loads of other machines that look the same. Different colour plastics with a different sticker. They're not going to send you an extension if it doesn't work at all. And when you get into like having something like that, you get into, like, again, you've seen this house, you've got sort of, let's say, you've got like nearly 11-foot ceilings, and having that extension means you've not got to hop up and you're not running around. One thing that did surprise me a little bit is, it sounds ridiculous, these are cheap spanners. That's a 19, a 17, that's a 22 and a 19. But they're not thin, low quality, bendy spanners like what you get with a bike and stuff like that, which makes me think that they're expecting you to have to sort of tug on a few fittings to get them really tight, because you wouldn't be able to do that with one of those thin, sort of crappy type ones you get with a bike. You know, to try and tighten up some of these fittings to stop it leaking. But anyway, there's a bit of an overview. I say for £99 and a 3-year guarantee for like non-professional use, I think it is. You obviously have to register the guarantee on the in the leaflet. What have you got to risk? You're not even risking your 99 quid because you can send it back. So I think this is definitely worth a punt. Obviously this sits like this and you feed your paint in. That's your suction on your paint, that line there. And that little, you have to make sure that goes in as well because that's a return. So the pump sort of primes itself and removes all the air from itself. Sucks it up through that thicker gauze and blows it back out through the thinner. Idea being that airless spraying, it can't have any air in it. It's just it works a bit like a hydraulic pump. It wants a lot of pressure. In fact, it works exactly like a hydraulic pump. Relies on pressure, and if you get air's compressible and it'll change the way it works. So you want a liquid through it. But yeah, Deco style, 100 quid. Come on, it's got to be worth it. We'll give it some testing. If this gets any, this video gets any traction, if you could like and subscribe, that would be appreciated. Just because I just want to see that I'm getting somewhere with this stuff. I say like and subscribe if possible, if it has been any use. And what I'll do is I'll try spraying oils and emulsions through it. I've got some steels and stuff like that need spraying. And I've got plenty of walls in this house that could do with spraying. So it would be worth watching, seeing. Let us know what you think. Cheers, guys.